Let's have a look at one of the hidden gems of Star Citizen Alpha 3.13. One of the things I want to talk about today is physicalized components and updates to the Gladius. Now, we don't have true physicalized components in the game yet, but what we do have in 3.13 is an updated Gladius. And they've sort of improved its detail levels, they've added some decals, they've made it sort of like, they've brought it up to spec. It's always sort of been the like gold standard for ships, for sure. And yeah, the Gladius is a cool light fighter to fly, for sure. It's pretty good in combat. It's been pretty good most patches. And I say pretty good, obviously it's not like sort of super meta all the time or anything like that. But its technology, sort of like game tech, it is always pretty high. And they've added a load of stuff to it beyond just detail and cockpit improvements and things like that. They've started to put in the panels and the components for physicalized components. So there's a load of these little switches. You see the little blue switches? You can now open all of these for access for components or for putting your weapons in. So that's a weapons rack. And these are clearly labelled. So you've got radar access here. Boop. If I can actually open it. Boop, boop, boop. So it literally opens my components. And when we have true physicalized components, I'll be able to remove those and put different ones back in, change the sub-components for them, or, and that sort of stuff. So we already have sub-components starting to come in with the mining laser sub-components, but there's just so many of these little panels. So, I have to get to the right distance. Got your personal inventory access here, so you'd actually be able to store some of your gubbins there. Potentially even like the gem minables, hand minables, stuff like that. See, there's more on top of the ship as well, but basically all the components, they'd be like, how do I actually access that component if it gets damaged? Well, you'd EVA out of your ship, and you'd fly to the component that you want to fix or access. But there's just so much detail now on this ship. Quantum drive. They've got this little diagnostics panel as well. So that didn't even have a little switch by it. And then if we can get on top of the ship. Let me take the Gladius actually out of the hangar, because it's worth doing, because we can have a little bit of a look at the Gladius as well, just sort of like its level of detail, zoom in on some parts, because Star Citizen is very much about pretty ships, as much as it is about anything else. It's a very pretty game, it's a very immersive game, and hopefully it will stay at the cutting edge of looking great when it eventually releases in several years' time.
You are clear to launch.
But I do quite like the way it looks. Oh, I'm allergic to the Gladius. Oh, sneezing. Coming out of Grimhex. Not by choice, but because I accidentally killed Sin. I got a criminal racing for it. Oh, unfortunately, its landing gear just teleport away at the moment. Not ideal. Let's get it slightly further away from Grimhex and into the light. Let's face the light, and then I'll give you a little look inside the cockpit. You can see that the cockpit is highly detailed. You can see sort of like fingerprints and scratches and dirt. All the sort of buttons, and more of the buttons are sort of becoming more active. I think the idea in most ships is that they want every button to literally be tied to a keyboard or ship function. And they just sort of start adding more and more detail to each of these sort of passes. All these switches now properly interactive and tweakable. You've obviously got your MFDs as well. I think they're expanding the MFDs to some extent, but it's a cool looking cockpit in the Gladius, and it's supposed to look a bit dated because it is an older fighter in lore. But let's jump out. Have a look at the rest of the sort of panels. So you can get some access panels on the roof, or the hood, or the top. Is this your shields? Is this shields? Is this power plants? Shields? That looks like shields. Question mark. I must admit that I do not know what all of the components look like off by heart. Oh. But just imagine actually taking damage in the Gladius. And you go, oh, yeah, I need to go and deal with one of my broken power plants or my shield emitter. So you go out, you fly out, you'd get the a repair tool, or you'd get a component, or you'd actually replace the whole thing potentially, or remove it and replace it from another vehicle or another ship. Bam, put in the other components, or with a maybe the repair tool will have the functionality of actually repairing components. Or you just fly out and you'd repair the hull, so that there's a salvage repair tool that is planned for 3.15, which will strip the hulls of ships and then allow you to repair ships as well. And maybe you could strip some of the hull of your own ship to repair another part of it if you wanted. But I just love the fact that all of these components are now getting put in their rightful place and having all the cabinets for them. Because that is one big step closer to physicalized components. Expect to see the Gladius and the Terrapin, the first ships with the physical component system, when the physical components are truly in. They are planning to put shield emitters in, I believe, as physical sort of things on the hull that you can destroy, or on your ship that you can be destroyed, that then stop the shield emitting in that area. So more and more physical components coming, sub-targeting for them coming, and physical components being worked on at the moment. When we're going to actually get it fully implemented, and then no more artificial health pools for ships, I don't know. But, isn't the Gladius looking cool though? Sort of glad that I own one, just as a content creator, to go, oh look, they've added this to it. Just love all of the little decals and the danger. It's hot. Gladius 2 hat. The little thruster boy. I may be accused sometimes of overhyping certain things, but I like the way it looks, okay? Just like the Gladius. Got a solid little serial number here. I'm looking forward to naming smaller ships as well. But yeah, one of the sort of hidden gems of 3.13, I think, is the Gladius. Getting all those little panels and access parts and sort of a detail update. It's looking good. Obviously it gets dirty and you can clean it as well. But yeah. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you own a Gladius? Do you get a bit upset when they have a single ship as a test bed, when you're like, but I don't own that ship? Or are you sort of like pretty happy and excited that they're getting the sort of cabinets and areas in for physicalized components on fighters? So that can go, one day we can go, woo, and repair them, steal them, salvage them, take them away, loot them. Imagine the looting of other people's fighters when you disable them. Oh, the joy. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments below. I hope you're enjoying 3.13. And for those of you that, hello, haven't got the PTU yet, it should be in your hands shortly. You alright, buddy? How's it going? Hi. Is he gonna just... See you later, buddy. See you in the verse, mate. He didn't kill me. And we're by Grimhex. Nice. Do you have questionable taste in anime? Do you not want internet pirates looting your internet search history? Do you want a way to have more accessibility to the internets from more countries? Or is your security and privacy important to you? Well, get NordVPN. I shill for them, and you should use the code BoredGamer or the links below for a discount. Try it out. It's like a fleet of escort ships making sure your internet experience doesn't get griefed. We have the April ship giveaway as well for a Mercury Star Runner. The ship is extremely multi-role and should be part of any budding citizen's fleet. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning one is comment on any of my videos made during the month. A random commenter will take that prize. These giveaways and the wider channel content are made possible by people that go the extra mile by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube channel member with that join button and the links below. And me and Zin, the editor for the channel, are now trying to put out regular exclusive content as a thank you. We'll also be asking you in those videos to help shape the channel with making decisions about what content we do and how we do it. Please consider joining if you're really enjoying the content. It really does help. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more Star Citizen content, and I'll see you in the verse.